Good afternoon. My name is Kim McGrew, and I am here to discuss with you organizational improvement coming from the Raise Your Standard School of Leadership, i.e. RYS School of Leadership. Organizational improvements, we will lead into our next level chart where we will discuss the improvements as well as the solutions. But the Raise Your Standard School of Leadership looks forward to redeveloping and reimagining our association's essence. This conversation will help us to improve our training and communication methods at our institution. We believe that this presentation will detail where we have fallen short and how we can pick up the pieces to create an educational empire for our students. We are confident that in the changes that we are providing, that we will discover and you will discover solutions that may help create a secure, integrated work environment for our faculty as well as our staff. Our organizational improvement chart here discusses the improvements as well as the solutions. We do call it the RYS School of Leadership Next Level chart. We're going to talk about the improvements and then meander throughout the presentation where we will discuss the solutions in detail. The improvements are as follows: communications, building positive relationship with students, implementing innovative thinking, building cultural relevance or becoming culturally relevant, professional development, instructional development, leadership development, and organizational development. In that portion where the development, we would discuss the school of personal development for RYS School of Leadership. Last but not least, we will discuss creating community of engagement. Let's start with our first improvement that we will need to make will be effective communications. Creating new systems for effective communication or creating and implementing effective meetings that will demand faster results. So therefore, meeting one-on-one, implementing various systems where we can have maximum communications, emails, one-on-ones, monthly meetings, quarterly meetings, bringing in the powers to be, those executive staff, as well as the group workers that we do work with and that they work with families throughout our institution. Therefore, in communication, we want to make sure that things are simple and they are direct. We want to make sure that when our client walks away or the student walks away, they are very clear and they are precise on what is needed to be turned in and what is needed for them to be successful. We want them to make sure that we listen and promote honest feedback. Being a part of our administration, we want to make sure that we are an honest and integral administration where we promote honest feedback as well as giving them our undivided attention. We want to also affirm with action. We want to be a result-driven industry, a result-driven institute where our students can come in and get exactly what they need. Our next improvement deals with improving teaching with excellence. Therefore, positive relationship with students and colleagues and the community. Therefore, we need engagement. The goal here is to establish and maintain and to connect with the network of others in order to share interest. Our goal also is to indicate the problem or the concern about with which we are worried about. We want to make sure, again, to promote honest feedback so we can get the worry, we can get the problem, and we can begin to find resolve for the students as well as their families. Also, we want to indicate which individuals of the organization that are also worried and why. So this includes colleagues, this includes our neighboring community. And then to also propose a meeting to get together and explore the potential and collaborative opportunities in order to be effective and efficient in moving forward. Next is Implement innovative thinking, therefore planning and assessment. Implementing innovative thinking is coming up with our virtual program so that they're training right at the fingertips for our educators. Next was becoming culturally relevant. Teaching empowers students in all facets of their lives. So therefore, we want to confront developmental impediments. We believe that the term learning outcome refers to the quantifiable skills and abilities, information, and values that students should process and possess after completing a program. It came from USC 2010 that they were talking about establishing a link between students' home and the school and their life, fulfilling the district's curriculum standard. Culturally relevant is teaching empowers children, and the teaching empowers them socially, it empowers them emotionally, academically, as well as politically. I believe that the social relevance is necessary for students learning. It was quoted by Anderson and Burns that in order for them to apply to the classroom material, that students have to, that social relevance is necessary. So therefore, one method of teaching is to determine its relevance, therefore is to have it, and therefore to make sure that our students understand it and our teachers are able to display it. And where we're raising our standard, Raise Your Standard School of Leadership, we have School of Leadership and Development, where your personal development is our personal standard. This is an area where of improvement that we talk of enhancing our staff's virtual training, as well as thriving in an academic community where we appreciate data in order to make improvements. Starting with our School of Professional Development, or our School of Development, we'll begin with professional development. It's starting with a structured virtual onboarding training. We believe that the onboard training virtually will help to maintain good employees, sustain good employees, keep good employees, and to cease the revolving door of us losing good employees annually. So therefore, establishing a new faculty orientation program, and that would include the virtual program, the one-on-one program, also restructuring staffing roles. Enhancing our institution educational vitality by paying attention to the competencies required of individual instructors and the institutional regulations necessary to achieve academic excellence. We want to develop the total person so that as educators, you're able to master from training all the way to the classroom and able to display being an educator, but a scholar as well. Instructional development. Instructional development starts with access to learning workshops, mentoring, peer coaching. All educators should have access to professional development, seminars, peer coaching, mentoring, and consulting. I believe that instructional development is access to all professional development, is learning where change in behavior and change in thought and mind process via drill, practice, as well as feedback. And as well through reward, the right answers, promoting learning. We want to promote learning. The essential teaching abilities include the ability to write, behavior goals in order to promote learning. I believe mentoring is profitable. Mentoring is knowledgeable, is someone who imparts advice and counsel based on his or her experience. So therefore, the counseling, advising, and coaching, this section alone focuses on organizations and teams that are attempting to accomplish a goal. So we want to bring in those departments in order to make sure that we are successful as an entity. Leadership development. Leadership development is into developing into a competent leader and demonstrating academic character. Educational programs need skilled leaders capable of reframing their students' thinking and facilitating change. So leadership development deals with leaders who should continue to improve their skill set and strive to become an effective leader. Therefore, a competent leader and demonstrating academic character is in educational programs become skilled leaders who are capable of reframing their students' thinking and reframing while facilitating change and promoting growth. Organizational development, last but not least, to provide teachers and staff with the tools necessary to succeed in their positions as educators, raise the bar so that students may strive. Organizational development deals with empowering employees to master and succeed in their assigned responsibilities, continuing to improve policies and procedures, as well as rewarding instructors as a job well done. Our goal here as Dean of RYS School of Leadership is to empower each member to succeed in their responsibility as educators, including establishing policies and procedures that encourage lifelong learning. The objective here is to foster an environment that appreciates education and the process of continuous learning. Here at our last slide, the goal is to create community of engagement. Here at RYS School of Leadership, we want to engage all students and all workers appropriately, establishing rapport. Establishing rapport helps us to breach through barriers that help to provoke change. We have discussed in this presentation the issues and their resolutions, which will provide RYS, the School of Leadership, with a fresh viewpoint on an educator development. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us right here at Raise Your Standard School of Leadership. And if you need more information, our last slide gives you all the information as far as references are concerned. We here at RYS School of Leadership, we look forward to working with you. We look forward to your success, and we look forward to another great year right here at RYS School of Leadership.